United States $100 billion aircraft carrier made to end Russia. What if I told you that there's a colossal floating fortress out there that's worth more than the GDP of some small countries? It's worth $100 billion, weighs 100,000 tons, can carry up to 4,000 crew members, nuclear-powered, 337 meters long, and has a service of up to 50 years. It's a creation so monumental, it's practically a city on the move. And well, there is more to it. So let's dive in and uncover the secrets of a creation built to sail the seas and end Russia. And that's just the beginning. The USS Gerald R. Ford. An aircraft carrier serves as a floating air hub, showcasing a sprawling flight deck packed with various gadgets to facilitate takeoffs and landings. Some versions are even equipped with specialized gear for storing, maintaining, deploying, and recovering aircraft and assorted machinery. Modern aircraft carriers have grown to immense proportions, often boasting crews that number in the thousands, including sailors, aircrew, and engineers. These maritime marvels can venture out to sea for extensive stretches, spanning several months, taking on whatever Mother Nature throws their way. But hey, it's not all about being a supersized show-off. These aircraft carriers aren't just ships, but the crown jewels of naval might. Typically, an aircraft carrier takes the lead in a carrier task group, embodying a nation's paramount maritime power. Defining an aircraft carrier isn't easy, as they significantly vary in size and capabilities. They wear multiple hats, symbolizing both military prowess and diplomatic influence. Notably, the creme de la creme of naval might come in the form of large-deck, nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, with the United States flaunting its dominance through these sea giants. These titans empower U.S. military forces to unleash relentless aerial assaults on enemies, hitting numerous targets with astounding precision daily, whether on sea or at land. The kicker? Unlike some other combat systems, they aren't tied to onshore bases to carry out their missions. The awe-inspiring might of America's aircraft carriers stands as an imposing warning, all without leaning on the shadow of nuclear weaponry. There's no room for doubt here. U.S. aircraft carriers are colossal, and one in particular has been making waves to symbolize American might. Meet the USS Gerald R. Ford, a true powerhouse in every sense of the word. This beast can transport a staggering 100,000 tons, encompassing more than 4,000 crew members, a fleet of 70 aircraft, and cutting-edge weaponry. This carrier takes the cake regarding sheer size, technological prowess, and novelty. The Atlantic Alliance has dubbed it the first American-designed aircraft carrier in 40 years, a feat marked by the designation CVN-78. Setting sail in April, this maritime titan began its initial full deployment following a brief test voyage in 2022. Anticipated to render approximately 50 years of Navy service with a single refueling pit stop amid its journey, this ship is no less than a remarkable saga of longevity. The former President Donald Trump painted it as a masterpiece of American ingenuity upon its 2017 commissioning. His words captured its essence. This is American craftsmanship at its biggest, at its best, at its finest. This floating fortress is beyond competition, a monument to American strength dedicated to upholding global peace. The carrier proudly bears the name of the 38th U.S. President, who became the Navy's lieutenant commander during World War II, serving aboard the USS Monterey, CVL-26. As for measurements that leave one awestruck, this marvel spans a remarkable 337 meters in length. The Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group, an impressive fleet in its own right, consists of Carrier Strike Group 12, Carrier Air Wing 8, Destroyer Squadron 2, and the USS Normandy, USS Ramage, and USS Thomas Hudner. Military capability. The Gerald R. Ford class is at the forefront of nuclear propulsion. Propelled by two purpose-built Bechtel A-1B nuclear reactors, this vessel can reach up to 30 knots, equivalent to approximately 35 miles per hour. The reactors ensure prolonged service with a lifespan of around 20 to 25 years. Notably, they generate nearly triple the power output of their forerunners from the Nimitz-class era, as highlighted by the Navy Lookout website. On board the CVN-78, a formidable arsenal is at the ready, armed with an array of weaponry, including two RIM-116 RAM missiles for swift air and sea defense, two RIM-162 ESSM missiles designed to counter supersonic threats, and three Phalanx Claws rapid-fire systems. It stands prepared to repel a wide range of adversaries. Moreover, state-of-the-art radar systems provide threat detection and target tracking capabilities. The Raytheon AN/SPY 3 3D radar and the Volume Search radar are among these. In addition, 4 radars fine-tune firing direction, while the Raytheon AN/SPS-73V aids navigation. Communication, search, and tracking operations are orchestrated from a composite mast atop the island structure. Nevertheless, the ship relies on its extensive support fleet for a comprehensive defense strategy against threats ranging from distant airborne enemies to nearby missiles, surface vessels, and undersea dangers. Among the vessel's innovative technologies, one stands out: the electromagnetic aircraft launch system. Despite criticism due to its high cost and challenges encountered during testing, this innovation can potentially revolutionize aircraft launch procedures. The flight deck. The USS Gerald R. Ford marks the pioneer of a novel vessel class, touted by the U.S. Navy as the most advanced carrier ever to grace the seas. But what sets it apart from its predecessors? The propulsion system is entirely fresh, as is the electrical distribution network. A reduced crew size has been targeted to minimize maintenance demands. The anticipation revolves around the groundbreaking technologies that the Ford introduced. Two stand out prominently among these: the electromagnetic aircraft launch system and the advanced arresting gear. Traditionally, aircraft carriers employ steam-powered catapults for launching jets from their decks. Yet, you won't witness any steam emissions on the Ford. It relies on an electromagnetic launch mechanism. Beneath the surface of these new catapults, innovation goes deeper than meets the eye. Naturally, the focal point of any aircraft carrier is its aircraft. Carrier Air Wing 8 takes center stage on the Ford, consisting of around 60 aircraft. These encompass an array of roles, from strike fighters to surveillance planes and helicopters. The synergy among these diverse airframes is pivotal to the mission's success. On the USS Gerald R. Ford, the heart of the action unfolds on the flight deck, a bustling and kinetic environment where state-of-the-art aircraft take off and land ceaselessly. Stretching approximately 1,092 feet, covering an expanse of 4.5 acres, this flight deck is sectioned into distinct zones for launching and recovering aircraft. The revolutionary electromagnetic aircraft launch systems have supplanted traditional steam catapults for takeoffs. This pioneering technology facilitates smoother and more efficient takeoffs, reducing aircraft wear and tear while boosting payload capacity. Meanwhile, a sophisticated arresting gear system features advanced arresting gear, AAG, at the other end of the deck. Upon landing, an aircraft deploys a tailhook that snags one of the arresting wires spanning the deck. The AAG harnesses this kinetic energy to bring the aircraft to a swift halt in a short distance, ensuring safer and more efficient landings even in challenging weather conditions. Further innovations encompass advanced weapons elevators, AWEs, employing electromagnetic motors instead of conventional pulleys and cables. This advanced system empowers fewer sailors to swiftly move significant weaponry, up to 52,800 kilograms, from the weapons storage areas to the flight deck at an impressive speed of 45.7 meters per minute, as attested by the Navy. The most visible departure from earlier supercarriers is its comparatively smaller size and the positioning of the ship's island farther aft. the command center for flight operations. This strategic design enhances space for flight deck activities and aircraft maintenance, allowing increased daily aircraft incursions for both the ship and its air wing. A threat to Russia. Now, the Ford didn't just stroll into Oslo, Norway for a leisurely nautical stroll. Oh no, this was more like a grand entrance with a side of defiance. Ford's appearance in Oslo wasn't just a mere stopover. It was a bold and unwavering answer to Russia's crafty chess moves in the global arena. The plot thickens when you realize that Russia had been up to some shenanigans, stirring the pot and amping up tensions between the West and themselves. But guess who decided to roll up and say, "Hold up, Russia." Yep, the Ford is showing up to Oslo like the hero in a classic showdown. But hold on, because this story doesn't stop there. The Ford's appearance in Oslo is like the opening act for a massive Arctic spectacle. Think of it as the Super Bowl halftime show of military maneuvers. Prepare for a jaw-dropping display involving 150 aircraft and around 3,000 military pros from 14 Western nations. It's like assembling a dream team to tackle the frozen challenges ahead. Here's the juicy part. These aren't your run-of-the-mill exercises. Nope. These maneuvers are like a symphony of strategy and coordination, showcasing the might of these nations. It's like watching superheroes team up in a crossover movie. Their goal? To send a clear-as-ice message to anyone listening, especially Russia, who's been cozying up to the Arctic region lately. Norway takes the spotlight as a critical player in this cold showdown. As a NATO member with a prime seat in the Arctic theater, Norway is the VIP guest you don't want to mess with. Its northern border is practically a neighborly wave away from Russia, adding an extra layer of intrigue. Oh, and did we mention the GI-UK gap? This strategic hotspot squeezed between Greenland, Iceland, and the UK is like a traffic controller for maritime highways between the North Atlantic and Russia's aquatic realm. But the Ford isn't just a spectator in this icy spectacle. It's the show's star, demonstrating America's unbreakable alliance with Norway and the broader NATO family. Teaming up with its trusty sidekicks, the Arleigh Burke-class destroyers and the Ticonderoga-class cruiser USS Normandy, the Ford is like the quarterback leading a charged offense against potential threats. As we dock our voyage here, think about the vast expanse of the world's oceans and the intricate dance of power that takes place upon them. The $100 billion aircraft carrier has shown us that the seas are not just a backdrop, but a canvas upon which geopolitics, technology, and strategy intermingle. But here's a riddle to ponder as we conclude this maritime exploration. Can a single ship indeed hold the key to reshaping the course of nations and safeguarding global stability? As we sign off from this adventure, remember that the tides of history are ever-changing, and every ripple we've discussed today has the potential to swell into a monumental wave of impact. Also, in the comment section, let us know your thoughts on this topic. Thanks for watching.